Good morning, everyone. Today we will discuss the topic gene therapy. Gene therapy is the introduction of genes into existing cells to prevent or cure a wide range of diseases. It is a technique for correcting defective genes which are responsible for the development of the disease. And the first gene therapy experiment, which was approved, was carried out in September 14, 1990 in US when a girl called Shanti De Silva was treated for ADA-SID disease, which we will discuss in later slides. Gene therapy can be of two types depending upon the kind of cells in which it is being done: somatic cell gene therapy or germline gene therapy. In case of somatic cell gene therapy, the therapeutic genes are transferred into somatic cell, whereas in germline gene therapy, they are transferred into germ cells. Example for somatic gene therapy is like introduction of gene into bone marrow cells, blood cells, skin cell, all the somatic cells. For germline gene therapy, the genes are introduced into either eggs or sperm. The somatic gene therapy cannot be inherited in later generation, whereas germline gene therapy is heritable and can be passed on to the later generation. At present, all the researchers directed to correct genetic defects in somatic cells only. For safety and ethical reasons and technical reasons, the germline gene therapy has not been attempted till now. Now, the approaches in gene therapy, it can either be in vivo gene therapy or ex vivo gene therapy. In case of in vivo gene therapy, the genes are directly delivered into the cells of a particular tissue in the body. Whereas in case of ex vivo, the transfer of gene is done to the cultured cell and then the insertion is carried out. So basically it is out of the system, ex vivo. Ex vivo, in case of ex vivo gene therapy, what we do is we isolate cells from the genetic defected person. We grow the cells in culture and then we introduce the therapeutic genes, that is, whichever genes which are defective, their correct counterpart are replaced, and select genetically corrected cells and then eventually grow them. Transplant them and modified cells are then basically put into the patient. Example is ex vivo gene therapy are first gene therapy experiment which I just talked about was done for adenosine deaminase protein or the enzyme which was not being produced due to the defective ADA gene was correct by introducing the therapeutic gene. It was performed on 4-year-old girl Shanti De Silva who was suffering from severe combined immunodeficiency disease and which is caused due to the defective gene coding for adenosine deaminase. Deoxyadenosine accumulates and destroys T lymphocyte. Now this ADA gene product, that is the enzyme, it catalyzes deoxyadenosine. When it is defective, it is not able to do it, and this particular compound get accumulate and then it destroys the T lymphocyte. It disrupts the immunity and the patient suffer from infectious diseases and also die at a very young age. Here we can see what exactly was done was a bacterium cell which was carrying a plasmid along with the clone normal human ADA gene was cultured, and these viruses which are genetically disabled retroviruses, that is, they are not having their own genetic material, in that this particular ADA gene is cloned and incorporated into this virus. Now this virus is used to infect the T cells which have disabled ADA gene and has been isolated from SID patient. Now what these retroviruses do is that they infect the T cell, and in that process they also transfer the ADA gene to cell along with their own genetic material. These cells are grown in culture to ensure that ADA gene is active now, And once it is confirmed, these genetically altered cells are reimplanted into the patient. In vivo gene therapy, that is the direct transfer of therapeutic gene into the target cell into the patient directly, not out of the system. It is carried out by viral or non-viral vector system. Here the cells are not cultured outside the body, but the delivery is direct. It can be the only possible option in patient where individual cells cannot be cultured in vitro in sufficient number, example in case of brain cells. In vivo gene therapy is necessary when cultivated cells cannot be reimplanted in patient effectively. Now, brain cells cannot be cultured and they cannot be reimplanted. They can be cultured, of course, although it's a fantasy right now, but they can definitely not be reimplanted in patient. Example of in vivo gene therapy is the therapy of cystic fibrosis. Cystic fibrosis is a particular disease which happens due to the absence of CFTR gene, which encodes for a protein called cystic fibrosis transmembrane regulator. And basically what happens in the absence of CFTR, chloride ion concentration within the cell increases and it draws water from the surrounding, and this leads to accumulation of sticky mucus in the respiratory tract and legs. This can be treated by in vivo replacement of defective gene using adenovirus. Here we can see what they are doing is normal human gene is cloned in bacterium, and then these bacterium are basically infected with viruses, and the normal gene gets into the virus system, and these viruses are then dipped into lung through a thin tube which is inserted into the nose. Now what happens is these virus cells, because it is a respiratory system, it's via respiratory tract they reaches the lung, and here the virus enters the lung cell nucleus and it carries its own genetic material along with this normal gene counterpart, and these cells are then able to function in a normal way. They get their defective gene, which is the CFTR encoding gene, and the patient can be cured using this technique. So this is in vivo gene therapy example. In subsequent video, we will talk about how and what vectors, what systems are used and how they are used for gene therapy. Thank you.